Welcome back everybody to the Hardcore Survivor Challenge. This is day 8, and this is a series where every day I'll be playing some Ark Survival Ascended Hardcore until either I die and have to restart, or beat the Beta Overseer and Ascend. And in the last episode, we tamed up some really high level Sarcos, which we bred and imprinted, and I promise you guys, we would go to a cave this episode. So, we will. Rather fittingly, considering the tame we'll be bringing in, obviously our new Sarcos, we'll be taking the longest possible route through the Hunter Cave, you know, to make it as hard as possible, through Sarco and Piranha infested water. And then, once we leave the water, we'll have hordes of spiders, scorpions, and potentially even a Megalosaurus and Deinosuchus to battle. As you can see, the very first room by itself contained a lot of bad things, including Arthropleura, which could break our armor. And there are creatures in this cave, the Sarcos, which can dismount us, so we have to be really careful. I didn't get too far into the cave at all before I found my first drop, which I had to defend. And then it was mine to open. But of course it was only a green drop, so the loot was kind of awful. A 455% damage slingshot is kind of insane though. I also bumped into a dung beetle, which if I tamed it, could make me lots of nice fertilizer which I'd need to make sweet veggie cakes in the future. So I started taming it up using my Dimorphodons and my Sarco's feces. The dung beetle had finished taming, so I cryoed it up, and I will warn you, we are about to enter the most dangerous part of this cave, which I've been slightly dreading. You see, it's a water segment, lots of piranhas, ravenous, hungry piranhas, and quite a few Sarcos, which as I mentioned previously, can dismount me. And I don't want to just run past everyone in this cave, that's cheating. I had to fight them myself. Already having faced their dismount mere seconds in, with like 4 more Sarcos to fight, it wasn't looking good. And this was only the first dismount of multiple. I got absolutely tossed away from my Sarco, and I like to think of this as almost like a great sacrifice, my Sarco's thrown me away. But that wasn't the case, the enemy Sarcos threw me away, and so I threw out Carnage to help defend me. My Carna who I tamed on day 2, who wasn't really very strong. He put up a great effort, even taking down a couple of the Sarcos, but I knew it wasn't going to last. I had to run back to my Sarco, and unfortunately, Carnage passed away. I was still alive due to Carnage's great sacrifice, but he was a very early game friend, but I really felt this loss. I had just about survived with my life, taking down the Sarco and reclaiming Carnage's saddle. And with the last bit of energy I had, even with my armor now broken on the way over, I claimed the artifact and returned back to base.